Hey everybody, welcome to Red Lipstick Reality TV. It's Anna, I'm here. um, I thought I would go live and chat with everybody and catch up now that I am where I need to be at. I I'm glad to see you too. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I am officially a Tennessean. So I now live in Tennessee. Big change, big move. I closed on my home last week and I'm officially a homeowner for the first time, which is big change. Lots of, new responsibility, but it was worth it. So I'm really excited. So I bought a really cute townhome and I'm in there now. So I thought I would jump on a live and I would have a new home toast with you guys. I bought this bottle and this glass, especially for this. The glass says, new home, new beginning, new memories. Super cute. And this is one of my favorites. It's Beyonce's. It's Sir Davis. I love it. It's really good. So I'm going to pour some of that. Does anybody? So if you guys have a cocktail, if you want to toast with me, now's the time. I'm going to do it. This is like one of the prettiest bottles ever. I mean, look at the details. It's like, it's such a pretty bottle. You almost don't even want to drink it. But it tastes pretty good though. So this is a cheers to my great subscribers and to any of you ladies out there that are looking to maybe own a home or worried or concerned or don't think it'll ever happen. One day it will happen. I'm sending out the good vibes for you. And cheers. Thanks for supporting me. Ooh. Cheers to you too. Yeah, so I need to catch up on Sisters. I've missed like 2 episodes, y'all. They're sneaking up on me. Like I'm finally in my place now and moving is so exhausting. And thank goodness I had my mom here to help me like get my kitchen together. Like the kitchen can be one of the hardest. And I mean, the kitchen took a whole day. Just cleaning everything, rewashing all the dishes. I mean, we had a dishwasher, but you still had to do some things by hand. Getting all of the cabinets lined. We had to do all the cabinet lining. And then, getting everything in there the way I want it. And some things I ordered, so I haven't gotten those things in yet. So everything's not exactly how I want it, but it's starting to come together a little bit at a time. And I have quite a few deliveries coming. So it's kind of like a interesting time when you're trying to get settled, like not all the way settled, but feeling a lot more settled, at least I can cook meals. I had to go to the grocery store and like start from scratch, which was, it's an expensive and exhausting task. Tell me too how you guys are doing with these grocery prices, because it's just me. And it was a cute little $400 to stock up a pantry and a fridge and get like just some of those basic food essentials. This was none of the extras. Like I went on a totally different shopping trip to get like toilet paper, paper towel, cleaning supplies, all that stuff. That's a whole nother subject. Just groceries. Like I want to know how you guys are dealing with filling your fridges and stuff. And then the holidays are coming. It's a crazy time right now. I think we need to go back to homemade gifts for people. Because listen, like, and to think about people going out to eat right now, it's just like how? Because grocery prices are insane right now for basic stuff. And they said there's been an influx of people eating hamburger helper now. I see why. It's so expensive to buy groceries. It's like, let's go back to the hamburger helper. I didn't realize that it wasn't just that it was an efficient food back in the day when my parents were making that, but it was the most affordable. I understand now. You can feed a family of 4 or 5 off of hamburger helper, a box of hamburger helper. You can get some inexpensive ground beef, but even that's expensive. But I did sign up for, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, Misfits, which is like a grocery app. And it's like some of the things, like there's nothing wrong with the food, but it's like the ones that they did that weren't perfectly done, so they don't want to put them in the stores. Like the packaging could be misprinted or have the wrong logo on it. They do things like broccolini, which are like the pieces they cut off the broccoli that they don't want on the broccoli, but they're like really good, or like they're not fully grown. Bacon, like they have the bits, like this ends of the bacon that are cut off to make like the perfect sizes. So I'm gonna try out this Misfits and see what it looks like. I only bought one thing of fruit because I'm a little weird about fruit. Like if fruit has too many bruises or too much stuff going on it, I will not eat it. I cannot eat bruised fruit. So we'll see. I ordered some kiwi from them. We'll see what it looks like. I'll let you guys know if maybe you should look in the Misfits market. But this is my first time ordering it, and I'm supposed to get my box on Wednesday, so we'll see how that goes. Yes, exactly, Bronson. Just the less perfect produce. Yeah, like I'm okay with the less perfect produce because most of that stuff is totally fine. It's the fruit. I'm very visual. The ADHD in me. If the texture is not right and doesn't look right, it sometimes I just cannot eat it. Hi, Kim. Welcome. I am just having a cocktail with everybody to celebrate my move and my new home, and to give a little encouragement to all the ladies out there that are looking to also maybe be homeowners one day. You guys know we just celebrated 55 years, I believe, since women were given the right. Oh, it's a little gnat. Since women were given the right to get a mortgage on their own without the permission of a man, like their husband or their father. That's crazy, right? So I when I think about it that way, that's younger than my mother. So I am the first generation in my family of women that have been able to be completely financially independent and make all their own financial decisions. And that is a pretty big deal when you think about it. Like my grandma could not have gotten a mortgage on her own when she was younger. She had to get permission from her husband, or she had to get or do it with her husband, or she had to get permission from her father. She couldn't just go and get her own. And we didn't get a credit card until we're in our 70s. So, I mean, until the 70s. So building your toolkit for small jobs. Oh yeah, you know what's so funny is like sometimes I do this for fun. I need to start beefing up my YouTube and doing more of it because if you do well enough on YouTube, you can make a little extra income. Thank goodness I do, I have a really great job and I have some opportunities with that, but you're not lying. Like side gigs are about to be the way. That's crazy that not long ago women couldn't have. I know, isn't that crazy, Kim? When I think about that, it's insane. So I don't know if any of you that are watching have been through, only a few people on this fine, but if you've been through the home buying process, but it is exhausting and long, and financially you feel financially vulnerable because not only do you have to have your own ducks in a row, but the mortgage company is digging into every nook and cranny of every financial decision you're making, have made. And then for like the 30 days till close, they are watching your accounts like a hawk. And you have to be really conscious of what you're doing, and you have to make sure that nothing's messing around with your credit, because if those things adjust, it'll mess up your whole closing. Oh, girl, look, I don't know what I'm about to go on some blind dates and find somebody to do that. But I can do some of those basic things anyway, like like checking your electricity, because I had to get a I forget the plug, but I had to get the same plug that you use for like the dryer. I had to get one of those plugs installed into my garage because I have an electric vehicle, and I had to be able to set up my EV charger. And I went right on Thumbtack and found somebody reputable, and he came right on in and installed it, and I kept it pushing. So, baby, your girl will find somebody. If I can't do it, don't think I won't hire somebody. Believe me. Makes me wonder how the hell the Browns bought homes. Yeah, it makes me, like, after going through the process myself, y'all, I really don't know how the Brown family was able to financially get their ducks in a row. I know, at least when I think about like the Flagstaff houses, they had to put down a significant amount of money to qualify for those loans. So their mortgages, I don't think their mortgages are that insane. I think they've put down, at least later on now, they've been putting down a lot of upfront capital to make sure they have lower mortgages. So maybe they're getting like a $400,000 mortgage as opposed to a $750,000 mortgage, which is obviously easier to qualify for that. And your monthly payment is not as much. So I think that's why they've been pulling resources from the other wives. After going through this process myself, I'm like, oh, that's why they were using all the other wives' money, because they were trying to put down bigger down payments, because they could probably only qualify for a certain amount in an actual loan, because you have to be able to prove income. And although this is their job, I mean, the show can be canceled at any point. And Cody's not making a ton of money selling makeshift gun products to the point where he could qualify for $1 million house. So I think that they had to put down a nice chunk of money. I bet you in the beginning, when they did those first loans, I wouldn't be shocked if TLC gave them some money for down payments. Because if they, I mean, let's just say you get like an FHA loan because you're a first-time home buyer, which I believe maybe Christine and Robin too were first-time home buyers. So they could have qualified for an FHA loan if they had low debt to income, their income ratio, they could have qualified for FHA loan, and they probably could have qualified for down payment assistance, depending on how much they were making each one of them a year. But even if they weren't, even if they got an FHA loan, they only require you to put down 5%, which is significantly less. And, back when they bought those first homes, just like Kim said, they were doing like some real weird stuff with the qualifying, where people like barely had income and were getting like $800,000 mortgages. But when they were buying those houses in Vegas, y'all, that market, it was not as expensive as it is now. Because I'm from I moved from Arizona, and the houses, like the size of the house that they had in Nevada is very similar to what you could buy in Arizona. And way back then, the housing market was totally different. It was really affordable to live in Phoenix. And I would just say in the last 7 or 8 years, it kind of got a little ridiculous, where you really couldn't afford it, especially after COVID. Once COVID hit, I wish that I would have been in a position right when COVID hit, and there would have been inventory available in Arizona, because the interest rate was so low. People were getting crazy 3% interest rates, crazy interest rates. And that was a really good time if you could buy a home then. I wasn't looking to buy at that time, but I wish I had been, because that was an insane period. And now it's gotten a little bit lower. And you can always, refinance. But for me, it kind of came down to I can continue to pay somebody else's mortgage, rent from somebody else, and invest in their future, or I could bite the bullet. Maybe it'll cost me a little bit more, but it's mine, and I'm secure, and I can like live, and I'm not having to do a whole bunch of moving, and I can make the house mine, and I could paint, I can do whatever I want to do, and because it's a townhome, I have HOA, so I don't have to do the lawn. You guys, I don't have to mow the lawn. I put some flowers outside and got a well, not a flower pot. What's it called? What do you use to water flowers? I'm drawing a blank, but I got a little thing to water my flowers, and that's it. That's all I got. That's all I have to worry about. They were doing that in the early 2000s when I purchased my home. Yes. And my mom used to work in new home builds. And when they had the big crash in 2008, I mean, it just tanked so many people's careers because of all those terrible loans. And I'm a millennial. So like millennials, it's like we've just never caught a break. We went straight from high school into a war. And then from there, we went into a recession and the collapse of the housing market and technically the automobile market. And then from there, we had COVID. So we have had like one thing after another. And then the student loans, all those things have made it really difficult for you to qualify. Like you have to make a certain amount of money to have the debt to income ratio to offset if you have student loans and all those things. And that's really difficult to do. Like think if you're a teacher and you have like $100,000 in student loans, good luck, Yes, Kelly, a watering can. I'm slow. I don't know why I couldn't. It's really cute though. It's a little cute little plastic one. I love it. Yeah, people just walked. I knew multiple people that, it just ruined them financially. Some of them have been able to come out of it now on the other end, like 7 years later, it fell off of their credit report. But one thing I've learned, like if it ever got to the point where I'm like, well, I can no longer afford my home, I'm going to rent my place first before I'm going to foreclose on it because it's an affordable mortgage. It's not, I don't have that's why a lot of people had to just walk away because they didn't have an affordable mortgage. They didn't have a mortgage that they could rent the house for and be able to take care of it. They had like $4,000, $5,000 mortgages. And it's like, nobody was going to rent that house for that. Not during that time period. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to take out I put my fish in the oven. I'm going to take it out so it doesn't burn. 1 second. I'm sure you can still hear me talk though. Oh my goodness. You guys, someone tell me. Now I'm irritated. Look at this. I bought these. These are supposed to be oven mitts, right? Will you tell me why the inside of this is burning off when I went into the oven to take it out? Why? Why are you making oven products that cannot withstand high heat? It's only on 400. It's not like it's on 1,000 degrees. That's insane to me. That's so crazy. So yeah, your girl's definitely going to be getting new oven mitts because that's a hazard. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the adjustable rates really did wreck a lot of people. It's crazy. It's such a cute oven mitt though, isn't it? But that's a hazard. I mean, why is the oven mitt melting at 400 degrees? I didn't have the oven on 500. I had it on 400. I am switching I did see some really cute silicone mitts, so I am going to switch to those. definitely. One thing I haven't gotten used to yet, y'all, is like, oh my God, there are so many bugs out here in Tennessee. I am not used to bugs like this. Like, occasionally in Arizona, you might get a mosquito or two, and, like they might have a little flying beetle, but that doesn't happen all the time. And it's not constant. It's like getting cold here. And I'm feeling like there should not be this many bugs still out here because it's actually getting cold here. And I have one of those zapping machines, and these like animals or these bugs are like, they do not care about these little snapping machines. That thing does not work. It does not attract bugs. It's a lie. Maybe it's just for stovetop hot lids. It must be, because it definitely can't be for anything in the oven. But I'm not going to be switching mitts every single time I need to go from one to the other. And I just got really nice like trays, and they're like a cream color, and that's blue. If that doesn't come off that tray, I'm going to be so upset. But yeah, anyway, the bugs here are crazy. Y'all, I have not gotten used to that yet. I don't know if I ever will. And ants. There's a ton of ants out here. And like I had to spray all the doors. And when you're living in, I bought a new build. I bought a new build home. So that means they're having to disrupt all the dirt, which brings up all the critters and the ants here. And they're like biting type ants. So you got to be real careful. They're trying to come through the door. I had to spray down the doors. Baby, your girl's had to spray all the doors down. Like those little worm looking things. Oh no, I don't do well with bugs. So I'm going to call the exterminator to get out here and get this house sprayed. And then I'm going to just set up a recurring thing so they can come spray, because I cannot do it. You're in Tennessee too. I love it. Sorry about the bugs. Welcome to this. Thank you. Actually, most of the times when I was here in Tennessee, I was visiting my mom. And now that I live here, it still feels a little crazy to say I moved. Number one, that I moved. And then I moved to the South. I have lived either in the West or the Southwest almost my entire life. I went to school in the Southwest. I've lived in the Southwest in Arizona. I'm from Colorado. So I've lived in Arizona now, where I did for almost 20 years. So I had not moved from a different state in 20 years. So it's like a big change. And yeah, the bugs are, oh my God, the bugs. I'm hoping so, but I am by y'all. I have what do they call retention? Water retention. It looks like a fake pond when it's raining. Looks like a fake pond. But it's right outside my door. But that allowed for me to have no one behind me and no one on one of my sides. So I have an end unit. So I only share a wall with one person. And those are new neighbors that are moving in, I think like in another week. They just did their walkthrough. So hopefully they're nice and they're cool. But I know that a street up and some that are already done, there seems like there's a lot of kids out over there. So I'm excited to see the little trick-or-treaters. I don't know if they're going to come by me because there's so much construction still happening on my little corner. But I'm thinking like next year, Halloween's going to be on and popping in our neighborhood. We're going to have a cute little, almost cul-de-sac style setup. I feel like it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't lived in the suburbs in over 20 years. And I really want to live in the suburbs. So I'm really glad that I do now. I grew up in still LA, but we would travel to the South during the summers. Yeah, it is a change, but I will say everyone's been really friendly out here. That's been nice. Like everyone being really friendly, and the service has been great. I did find a Nebraska bar, and I did go to watch the game Friday at the Husker bar, and that was cool to see. Which like Nebraska people are everywhere. And I did just find a Bronco bar. So I'm going to maybe this upcoming weekend, if I'm in the mood, go to that bar. But it's like an hour away, almost like 50 something minutes away. So I have to be in the mood to do that. So that's a drive. But at least I know it exists. So if I need to feel some kind of connection, and I signed up for, like, I think I told you guys I signed up for I think it's called Real Roots or something, where it's like like a friend type meeting app, and you get together once a week for like a 6 week span of time with the same women, and you have conversations and you have like dinners and cocktails or whatever, and you're able to make new friends in a new city. So I signed up for that. So that starts November 8th or 18th, I want to say. That'll be fun. Hopefully I'll meet a few people that I click with and I can start hanging out with. Like the fake one on Coyote Pass. Connect the dots for me because I'm late getting to your comment. So I don't know. I'm sure it's funny, but I don't know what it's connected to. Thank goodness for having it. Yeah, I love having an N unit. Oh, you want to know what's funny, guys? I did see an ad for Barn Dominium, like on the highway, and I'm like, oh my God, that's actually a thing. Like I thought Cody was trying to be funny, but that's actually a thing. People, they exist. They're called barn dominiums. They really are something. Yes, Cup. Yes, it's exactly what it is. That's funny. Didn't even connect the dots to Coyote Pass, that it's basically the same thing. Yeah, it's just the water retention so that your house isn't flooding over because it rains so much out here. But yeah, it's like a fake pond. I'm like, I better not see anybody out there trying to swim. I saw some boys back there the other day, and I was watching. I'm like, y'all bet not get in that water. Like you can skip a rock or something, but that's it. Do not go in there. But there's been water in it for the past week, and sometimes out here it does rain and keep raining. So, which I have, living in Arizona, we get rain occasionally. They must have got all the rain because as soon as I left, all of a sudden they were getting drowned. And they had like tons of flood warnings from all the rain they were getting as soon as I leave, which is crazy. So what do you guys think? Tell me what you think about, I've only watched a few episodes of it. I guess the weddings are coming up. Have you guys been watching Love is Blind this season? They are saying it is the worst season of all time. I thought Minnesota's was bad, but apparently they're saying Denver is the worst. And if I think about my dating experience in Denver, I wouldn't be shocked that it's the worst. I think too, like now Denver has a lot of transplants. Like when I was growing up, there were a lot of people that were actually from Denver that lived in Denver. And and then all of a sudden, like number one, when marijuana became legal there, and also it became like a big tech hub all of a sudden, all these people started relocating to Denver, and it became very transplanty. And I think that has a lot to do with why the pickings are slim for dating. Because I heard this was the worst season ever. And I've seen some clips and I'm just like, yikes, I didn't watch this season. Once I saw the bad reviews, it kind of ruined it for me. And I usually love Love is Blind, but I can't watch it when I already know in my head it's going to be terrible. I am like, and I think like almost they say like almost everybody broke up, and I'm like, well, what do I want to watch that for? But I have been watching the new Golden Bachelor. Did you know that he's actually part black, y'all? That his dad played in the Negro Leagues? Would never have guessed. But I have been watching that, and it's actually pretty good. And me and my mom, it's been a little something we bonded over while I was staying with her a couple weeks before I moved into my place, and we were watching it. It comes on Wednesdays. And we watched last week, and we watched the week before, and the week before had gotten down to like the last 10 or so. And on that episode, me and my mom, we had picked then who we thought would be like in the top 3. And turns out those were the 3 that he picked. So it's been pretty clear to me watching him what he's interested in and who he likes. He seems pretty transparent in that. But the women are pretty stunning. It's a pretty decent season, actually. I think actually Golden Bachelor is better than Love at First Sight right now. Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying, Kelby. That's a total disaster. That it's the worst they've ever seen, the worst season ever. You're like, watching this. I mean, sometimes you just want to listen to it. I didn't, after I saw how bad they said that season was, I didn't feel a need to watch it either. I'm just listening to everybody else talk about how bad it was. Even this, like I didn't even watch like Love Island. Everybody watched Love Island, and maybe next year I'll watch it from beginning to end. But this year I caught maybe 1 or 2 episodes because you have to be really invested to like keep up with the schedule of that. But I tuned in for the reunion of Love Island, and the reunion was fantastic. It's probably one of the best reunions of any show I've seen. So I'm just like, if this is what the reunion is like, I need to be tuning into the show because apparently this is the show to be watching. And I have seen a few people announced for Married at First Sight, which I love that show. Loved it. And I went online and did some lives with Auntie from Auntie's Advice for that. And I love her so much. So hopefully her and I will collaborate again on Love at First Sight. I'll have to shoot her a message and see what she thinks about maybe jumping on and doing something for Married at First Sight because we had a blast. I had like a meal prepped, like I had like a Tuesday routine, and I would get chocolate covered strawberries. I'd make a whole thing, a cocktail. It was a mess, but I loved it. It was like the one thing I looked forward to in the middle of the week was watching Married at First Sight and getting myself a cocktail and the chocolate covered strawberries. I usually have like a salad or soup or something like that. But it was like a whole routine I had. But I love it. So yeah, that's what's on TV right now. And eventually we're gonna get back to some of the really good scripted shows that are coming out, like Stranger Things. And I've just been finishing up Gen V. I don't know if you guys watch that show. I watch a lot of random stuff, but Gen V is like a spinoff of The Boys on Prime, and I love The Boys and Gen V. It's like crazy. And we just saw the penultimate, which was pretty good. And now we're going to be coming up on the next season of Stranger Things, which is going to be the final season. So I'm excited to see the first part of that. But I'm irritated that they're not releasing it during Halloween, like spooky season. Like, what's the point of not releasing it during spooky season, right? I'm getting ready to watch Coco. I watch Coco every Halloween. It's like a new tradition for me. I really wanted to do an Ofrenda this year, but I didn't really have any place to put it. And next year, for sure, I'm going to be prepared to do it. I'm going to do a whole Ofrenda. But tell me what's on your list of like spooky movie watches? Not even spooky, but like just Halloween themed movies that you like to watch every year. So I'm definitely going to give myself a cute little marathon. I always put Hocus Pocus on that list. I always put Coco, Halloween Town. Those 3 specifically, I watch every single year without question. Those 3 are on my Halloween season movie list. Gotta watch them. And also, have you seen the price of candy? Like, what? Price of candy is crazy. Now I live in a neighborhood, so I think I'm going to have to do it. Kim likes Stephen King movies. I feel like, we know what I don't like. I don't like movies with creepy kids. I will avoid a creepy kid movie like The Plague. I can't stand them. I watched, what was it called? They made like 4 or 5 of them where she became, it looks like a home video, Paranormal Activity. Now, I watched the original of that and the second one, and even though it's got some creepy kids in it, and that second one, I still love Paranormal Activity. Kelby, you're smart. Next year, I'm going to be on that, and I'm going to go ahead and do that so I can be the full-size candy house. That's the move. Pet Cemetery has accused. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do the creepy kids, y'all. I cannot do the creepy kids for the holidays. It's the worst. because I feel like that can really happen. And I don't know why, but something about creepy kids. Maybe I will watch Lovecraft Country during Halloween, which was such a great series. I'm still upset that they canceled that. They've canceled so many good shows, and even recently they just canceled Found. Did you guys watch Found with Mark Paul Gosselaar? And his name was Sir, I believe, on the show. And it was a kidnapping show. And oh my God, it was so good. I was hoping another network would pick it up because I really loved it. So good though. And they canceled it. Like, y'all never canceled the stuff I don't care about. I did, and I also did catch, because once I watched The Bachelor, or The Golden Bachelor, right after that comes 911 Nashville, which I'm actually liking. Pretty good. I'll be watching that. All these shows, I never watched these shows, but when I'm at my mom and my stepdad's house, they watch all those like regular network television shows. And so I was able to kind of catch up on them. Like FBI, never watched that, but it was a good episode. So I'm like, I see why people watch these shows still, because once you get kind of wrapped up into them, they're pretty good. I need to catch up on Grey's Anatomy. I am a Grey's Anatomy stan. That will never get old to me. And that's about it. I am finding a very difficult time finding like a fall themed wreath, because they've jumped into Christmas. They just passed by fall. I'm like, there's still a whole month before December. So I'll have to go to Michael's or something and see if I can find a fall wreath, because that's been a challenge. I couldn't find one at Home Goods. I could not find one at Kohl's, or I went to like 4 or 5 different places. Target, none of them had a fall themed wreath. So I'm gonna have to stop. Maybe I feel like Michael's might be my last hope. I'm gonna track down a Michael's. I haven't been able to find a Michael's yet, but I have quite a few of the other places I like to go to in my area, which is nice. I have watched Lioness. It is pretty good. You should watch it. I don't watch Plathville. The creepy religion thing with them is so weird. It's like Children of the Corn for me with them. Like seeing people that have been like shut away from society and under like religion, I just can't get with it. And now everyone's saying the poor boy that the girl did married, that he's probably gay. And he may not be, he may be, I don't know, but it's just a lot of weird energy surrounding all that situation. And I have seen a lot of people push down who they really are because of religion, and then marry these women, and then only to come out of the closet 10 years later, because they were under some religious oppression. And I'm just like, oh God, is that going to be her story? I hope not. I really hope not. But yeah, other than that, things are going pretty good. Now that I'm like back to normal, I'm still gonna be doing traveling. You guys know I do quite a bit of traveling for my job, which I don't hate actually. I get to see a lot of the country, and I love a good hotel, and I love a good hotel bar. So I'm never gonna be mad about that. But it's nice. I feel like stable for once now, because I was feeling kind of homeless. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like when I was staying with my mom, like I know I'm not homeless, but I felt homeless because I hadn't closed on my house yet. I had just everything I owned was like packed in boxes or suitcases or stored away until it could be delivered to a home. And I really couldn't give an address yet because I hadn't closed on the home. And so being in that transitional point, I'm just like, I don't like how this feels. My mom kept asking me, "Oh, are you excited about?" She's like, "You just don't seem excited." And I'm just like, it doesn't really feel real to me, because I'm like, until I like sign the dotted line and I have keys, I'm like sitting in there. Even today, y'all, like I woke up this morning and I almost felt like a stranger in my own house. I was like, is this my house? Like, I honestly I didn't really know what to do. I was like, is this my stuff in here? Is this mine? It kind of feels like I'm staying in a rental, like I don't know, like in an Airbnb or something. It hasn't really sunk in yet to me that it's my house. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like bake a little muffin loaf, and I'm trying to do some things that I'm used to doing, things that make me feel like I'm at home, so that I can get more like comfortable in my surroundings. Because right now I still feel a little bit off. And yeah, so not that I'm not excited, I just don't. It's just been interesting. It hasn't really like sunk in for me that I live here. And then I moved. And then I don't have my friends here, so nothing is familiar to me right now. So I don't have my friends that I see all the time. So it's like nothing feels familiar to me. I'm having to like find everything. I had to spend time finding all the little stores, which we do have a cute little shopping area by me. I had to find my new car wash and got like my unlimited car wash thing set up, and went to the Home Depot. I've been to Home Depot more times in this week than I've been in like my whole life. I went and I had to like go and get temporary blinds. Like most of my windows have blinds, except for the front door doesn't have a blind, and the back sliding door didn't have one. And so my mom's panicking. She's like, "You need to put a blind up," which she's not wrong. I mean, at nighttime, you kind of want a blind up. So I had to go there to get temporary blinds. And then I bought these beautiful mums for my front patio. I wonder if did I take a photo of them? I can't remember if I did or not. I didn't, but they kind of have this photo of I sent my mom so she could see what kind I got. But these, I don't have those little witch legs going out of mine, but this is the color mums I got. And I got two of those for my front door, and they look really pretty. So that made me happy. I got those at Home Depot and a few other things. Also, if you need just like a basic drill to drill like a hook or something into the door, do not go to Home Depot. They have nothing basic there. I'm like, I've been able to buy little basic drill screw guns at Target and everywhere else for like $20. And they're like, the cheapest one they had there was like $100. And I'm like, I'm not building the Taj Mahal. I'm literally screwing a hook into the wall so that my EV cord isn't on the ground. That's it. So yeah, that's been fun. I haven't found any men there. They told us that we're supposed to go to Home Depot and that's where all the men are at. I haven't seen anybody there worth talking to, but I'll make a few more excursions. And I'll let you guys know if you should make a trip or two to the Home Depot. I haven't seen anything to validate that trip yet, but maybe it's just me, time of day I'm going. I haven't seen it yet. We'll see. Remember that weird feeling when I first bought my house? Just yeah, it does feel very weird. It's a little uneasy. A little uneasy. Yeah, and I've started to do a little few things like I bought a few of the stools for my kitchen island. I have to track down another one at another Home Goods. When is Home Goods going to start making inventory so you can just look up the number and see if another store has it? I don't know why Home Goods at minimum doesn't have inventory access to all their stores for furniture. I can see all the nicks and knickknacks and stuff. You might not have it, but the furniture, no shade, y'all should have an inventory system for that. That's insane to me that they don't have an inventory system. So I'm gonna have to go to like another one. I'm gonna have my mom check hers in Clarksville. Maybe see if they have one there. But I need to find one more stool. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, I think they're so pretty. There were some burgundy ones too that I liked, but I thought the orange ones would be perfect, like in between Halloween, fall. but they look so cute on my front patio. I love it. All he was a grumpy old white guy. Listen, that's all I had. The one I was at too. I didn't see nobody worth looking at. It was very frustrating. Oh, I'm gonna have to visit that one. I'm not. I don't think I'm near Mount Juliet. I'm in Columbia, so I'm closer to Spring Hill, and I went to that one. That's the one that's like closest to me. But I have seen a lot of things around Mount Juliet, so I'm gonna have to make a trip out there, see what they got going on, and see and like I want to. I want to do the out at home too. That's I want to stop by there too, because I don't have an at home near me. Bye, Kim. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending soon. I like to spend a cute almost hour on here, chatting with everybody, seeing who pops on, saying hey. Oh, okay. You're in Franklin. You're close. Okay. Okay. Yeah, an hour for me. Yeah, I know the at home's in Franklin. I'm gonna go to that one because that's where the Walmart is too. All these little small towns. But yeah, I love that you're in Franklin. Franklin is super cute. I spend a lot of time in Franklin. I like it. But yeah, these are just Nashville suburbs we're talking about, y'all. Small towns. One thing about when you come to these like country towns, they have a lot of back roads. So you have to be careful about the mapping app you use because it could take you on a journey. Like when I was first going from my mom's house to my house when we were doing a walkthrough, and I made the mistake of typing in the address into maps. And when I tell y'all, it took me down every back road in the state of Tennessee. I was like in areas I had no business being in an electric vehicle, not knowing where you're at. It's like, why are you out here? That's where the map took us. Eventually it made its way to my house, but it took like extra time because it had me on all these back roads. So I was trying to avoid traffic, but it ended up making my trip way longer, to be honest with you. So now I know when I'm in the South here, I need to use the Waze app because they'll use the highway. Maps will have you on every backcountry road known to man. This is true. There's so many the roads are terrible, the hills and the bumps. But I will say, if you love green, it is so green out here, and like I feel like the leaves changing colors is delayed because it's so hot. Still, I feel like global warming has something to do with that. But I'm so excited to start seeing all of these trees change colors because I don't get to see that. I haven't seen that in years being in Arizona. So I'm kind of excited to have one of those drives where I'm like surrounded by trees and they all change colors. Fall is my favorite season. And so I love that. So if you want to see trees changing colors and get the fall vibes, Tennessee will give you all the fall vibes. I love it. Also, so you know Diane Keaton died, right? Which I was beyond devastated about. I don't know how Diane Keaton impacted your lives, but that was like one of my like American moms like I watched growing up. It was like Phylicia Rashad, Diane Keaton, like those are like some of like the moms I grew up with. And so losing Diane Keaton, I am a little bit devastated, not a little bit, I am very devastated by that. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do a movie marathon one of my weekends that I'm have some time where I'm hanging. So I did maybe like the day after she passed away, I watched Baby Boom, which is one of my all-time faves that she did. But The Other Sister, one of the best movies she ever did. Can't wait to watch The Other Sister. First Wives Club, I have watched that movie. I could recite that movie frontwards, backwards. Of course, both the Father of the Brides, and I loved her in all of the book clubs, both of those. As Good as It Gets is still one of my absolute favorites. And she was one of those people that pulled off the whole androgyny look and made it look really chic and sexy. I always loved it. I loved her in her cute turtlenecks. Baby, she'd be covered from head to toe. And she was still so sexy in all them clothes. Like you couldn't You could not tell Diane she was not. She was that girl. So rest in peace to Miss Diane Keaton, because what a loss, man. There's a lot of other people I wish they would have taken. No shade, but why'd you take our girl? You could have kept, you could have left us her and took some of these other folks that we're really tired of. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, that's it. Want to thank you for spending a little bit of your evening with me, hanging out, maybe having a cocktail or two, celebrating my new house, saying hey, chatting about who knows what. We've been talking about everything and anything right now. But it's been great. I'm going to get on these videos. I'm going to catch up on both episodes and get those videos out this week so I can be caught up, so I can not be behind anymore. But it's been real. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.